Welcome back. I feel like the title is self-explanatory. My voice is shaky as the Most High has been convincing me to stop sharing the stage, stop trying to share the stage.
On my motherfucking money.
You know,
Put it there.
I believe you.
Casa Nobles.
no. I had to take that advice. You see, sometimes as a man, you get a little too comfortable. I mean that. I'm not telling you to be stressed out, but I'm telling you not to get too comfortable. World around you, it's going to lead with entitlement. Unless you make sure that they're not other. I don't know. Jealousy versus their entitlement. Remember that. Be not moved, but by your own logical estimation, strategic notion. Dominion is earned. What's happening, passport? How you doing? Walking to work, where I'll be called to use my vocal box for the next 5 hours, although it is temporarily impaired. I'm doing great. I'm just hoping that my temporarily impaired vocal box doesn't cost me any money. You know, because I would love to have a fair share that making some money today. Unfortunately, it is the possibility that my temporarily impaired vocal box could cost me the opportunity to make some money today. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love the way you speak life and only life to me. It is of utmost appreciation. Too many times I find myself surrounded by people who are just looking to critique. And today, to them, I tip my hat off and say, fuck yeah. All my critiques right. I be around them and bad shit comes from the interaction. You know? Simply. Just to be put it simply. You know, it's unintentional. Uh your words towards me tell another tale. It's subconscious, it's not unintentional. You intentionally allowed your subconscious to be filled with maliciousness towards me, just to my higher level of vibration. But not you. You've come into my energy with an open mind and an open heart. And what has come out of it has been nothing but the pouring of love. And I appreciate that. I, you know, the most appreciated part of it is I didn't have to falsely usher it into your life. It's just been the walk of your life. See, I'm one of those people who refuse to falsely usher something into someone's life. I'm too grown for that. Therefore, the people I deal with are too grown for that. If you've been walking here for over 22, 3, 4, 5 years, and you have something negative to say about me, or you have a negative disposition towards me, what I teach you in our small exchange will not change that. Maybe the shorter our exchange is, the better opportunity you have at recognizing that person you've turned yourself into is utterly disgusting and defiled to me. Then you can use that and push forward in your conquest of negativity towards that which is simply living in pursuit of progression and continue to defile your own vibration. Certainly appreciate that. I've grown out of desire in my recent connection. After only a month and a day, really took just under a month. It doesn't usher me forward in life. It seeks harmony with the level that I am on by trying to create the idea of problems that it can put a band-aid over an already healed wound. And then when it doesn't work, it seeks to create a wound from almost fully recovered scar tissue. What it is, I appreciate you 100%. Another trial of love. It has taught me that the focus of your love must be yourself. I appreciate that. It's become quite obvious to me at this point that the only negative karma I create towards myself is when I try to patch the natural or already compiled karmas of those who I cross paths with.
Ôi, được mỗi chiều à?
In the world of bad karma, I only seek to stand out at this point. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for your presence. I'm gonna check that out as soon as I get to work. If the path that you seek, if the path that you pray is through college, do it. If if you are doing it simply for a form of formal validation that is a degree, think thoroughly about your decision. Investigate your motive. Investigate how long will the attainments of this paper actually be of assistance to you in your journey of life. For what you devote yourself to consumes you. Anytime I can get them rivers running, them oceans waving, it's my pleasure. I got a boogie. Y'all know me. I'm the public boogie picker. Uh-huh. I had someone try to shame me for this the other day. I pick my boogies and I don't give a fuck. I've worked in restaurants for many, many years. I've seen many a man walk in the bathroom, take a shit, and walk straight out without washing his hands. So when I put my boogies amongst these very men who are cowards and do their dealings in private, I feel not ashamed. Feel empowered. Especially when we were all once formerly boogie eaters, not just pickers. That's important. That's a very good game plan. Today, I broke my long streak and I let loose a fat nut. There was purpose, strategy, and reason behind this. The worst decision I can make at this very time is to allow, due to what I've been shown recently, this current energy that I've been intermingling with to become the source of my nut. For that is a hypnotizing trance. Absolutely, if you can reach into the ethers and collect it, so shall you. No worries. But I feared that at the rate of horniness I was operating in, that when I am to give my painage to her, it could possibly entangle me into a misguided attachment to what I cannot deem as good for me at this very moment yet. People's standards are not that high. Having sex every 3 months, it's not terrible. However, I will say, depending on what the goal is, say you are trying to testosterone max, which at some point of life, tell you every man should for a long phase of life. At that, you're going to want to extract from the vessel once per week, once per 7 days. For on the 7th day, your testosterone will be over 150 to 300% higher than the norm. But after that, it will begin to spiral back to normal levels. Going 3 months straight without sex will actually cause a decline of natural testosterone production, for its main purpose is a sex hormone. Nightly release is also not bad. It will keep you at a homeostasis. For very high libido individuals, nightly release is necessary. All that you may want to avoid is the multiple daily. For that can become sapping and draining of energy, and it can lower your libido ceiling because you have not given yourself enough time to reach that ceiling for such long periods of time that that ceiling meets you halfway. I don't want to be a nice guy. I want to make the right decision every time. And that will not lead me into being a nice guy in today's society due to the fact that many people just come with so much baggage. And then all they do, the people who come with the most baggage, is gaslight it and somehow make something else the problem. To the point where you be confused within oneself. Once one becomes confused within oneself, there is a life path stagnancy. That stagnancy is death. For energy seeks continuous flow. Absolutely, that is the correct way, Gabe. See, the man with the roster has been demonized in a world where womanhood is its most underdeveloped. Not in all women, but in the group who controls the intellectual narrative of what womanhood is. I'm not even going to say a majority of women, just in that group. Feminists. The reality is, feminists have the driest coochies, and feminists are typically the least feminine of women, which is why they seek to turn womanhood into manhood. They're drawing parallels because they're lost. The only true feminist is a knowing man. The current feminist is a competitive woman. Who do you think she's competing with? Ladies, don't allow yourself to be fooled. That competitive woman seeks victories. She's not competing with men. She's competing with the women she is coercing into lower level ways. Don't be fooled. Energy is energy. You are fooled by countenance. Energy that seeks competition seeks victory, and it knows where to play. For example, have you ever seen a person say they're seeking competition and then go to the highest level of whatever that task is and try to compete with them? If you have seen this, you have seen it very rarely, very occasionally. The common person seeking competition finds someone at or around their level and seeks to gain victories. Appreciate that. May all my, and you know what? I say this word with no shame. May all my bitches go crazy from the dick. May they all. May all my bitches go crazy from the dick. I just hope they go crazy to the point where they no longer fit into the societal norm.
Yeah.
You dig? See, I'm a competitive nigga, so you can't call my bitch a bitch. But I'm gonna call my bitch a bitch because I love that bitch. And because when you say it, I'm gonna break your whole face in front of her. And she gonna be like, damn, he love this bitch. You understand me? That's a beautiful thing. See, it's crazy, right? Because you see a whole bunch of boss bitches walking around, flaunting their bosshood. You think a tall nigga with dick, his own money, his own intelligence, his own testosterone, broad shoulders, jawline, you think a nigga like that is impressed by your bossliness? Fuck no. I'ma just tell it to you straight up. Fuck no. The only niggas impressed by you is the niggas on your level which is low level for a man. And all they want to do is fuck you so they can feel like they're higher than you because you've become their competition. The low tier dweeb. Fuck out my face. Nigga out here too dirty. Big dog shit. You're doing it the right way. I'm gonna add an extra meal to my diet. And how much to you, nigga? Add an extra meal to my diet.
Pero aquí, Luis, aquí es Juan Güey, no se puede.
I appreciate you, baby.
So many prices for pay with all this thing.
His 7-year reign as a crime boss ended when he was imprisoned at 33.
I'm late to work. Think I care though? I'm walking that motherfucker like I run the place. And it's gonna work. It's not about what you do, it's about did it work. Big hydration. See, by the end of the day, I'll be around 206, 207. Maybe today, maybe around 208. So I woke up heavier. Well, actually today, I'm adding an extra meal, so we'll see. To be honest, I can feel in my body. So I've been doing 3 big meals, really big meals daily. I can feel in my body that the reality is 4 very big meals daily is really what my body is seeking. I can feel it. See where I can feel it is in my traps. My traps is like just asking for a little bit more. Good work. See, you gotta realize all of us hominids is women at default or girls at default. In the womb, first 6 to 8 weeks, we're all girls. It's about that Y hormone and how the testosterone unlocks certain aspect of our masculinity or doesn't. But see, many of even what you see today as men walking around have such low testosterone and had such low in utero testosterone that they are men with woman genes, with many, many woman genetics and lack of masculine genetics. Some are very apparent in it, those have boobs, but others just have very soft features and very soft mentalities. You know, they're all in cahoots. But the difference is biological woman will submit to your biological masculinity. So in order to crush both, you fuck the biological woman. You fuck her away from her feminine man. You fuck her right away from him. And once you do that, you let her go and discard her for betraying you and her own species in the beginning. Guys, remember what I taught you today. Much love, peace, positivity. Tony's concerns alone at peace, escaping the maze, coming to you live with nothing but facts. I'm out.